Hey everyone, and welcome back to Esther, ST. I hope that you are doing very well. I hope that you are having a great day so far. And in today's video, I want to talk about a topic that is very important to all of us, and that is the beauty of friendships. Now, what is a friend? A friend can be defined in so many ways. You have to look at yourself and ask, am I a friend? Am I someone that can be classified as a friend? But a friend is someone that understands you, they hear you, they want to empathize with you, they listen to you. They are there for you in the good times and in the challenging times. Beauty of friendships, however, can evolve over time. And there are moments where we have to truly look over our lives and analyze the people that have made an impact in our lives and those that we have also made an impact in theirs as well. Friendship is a two-way process. Friendship should never be one-sided. And friendship should not be one person consistently checking up on someone without realizing that the other person that is constantly checking up on the person will also appreciate others checking up on them as well. We have to realize that balance is everything when it comes to friendships. Sometimes we get caught up in looking at other people and wondering, what's wrong with them? Is everything okay? Or you might be thinking about someone, but you're not taking the time to practically and actively reach out to them to say hello. Maybe you don't call them, maybe you don't text them, maybe you don't FaceTime them, but you might see a post that they've put on social media, assuming that they're enjoying life. But you really don't take the time to understand that even if someone posts, it doesn't mean that reality doesn't happen. There are so many things that happen behind the scenes, whether we realize it or not. And this is why it's important as friends that we take the time to reach out to people. If you classify yourself as a good friend, you have to show yourself friendly. And it's really important to remember this, that when life becomes busy, because it does, friendships will change, but it should only change for the better. Now, if you think about it on the other hand, when it comes to unhealthy friendships, as mentioned before, those friendships that are one-sided, there will be people that will never reach out to you, no matter how much you think they will, because they're busy. But everyone these days is busy. We're busy working, we're busy building, we're busy getting married, we're busy planning our lives. But regardless of all the things that are happening, it should never stop a good person or someone that classify themselves as a good friend to reach out to you. I want to ask you, how many of your friends have you made an attempt to reach out to so far? Despite the season you're in, even if you're in a different season. For myself, I always make it an intentional decision to check up on my loved ones. I want to make sure that not only are they okay, but to know that I'm thinking about them. Whether it is a text, whether it's a FaceTime call, whether it's a visitation, it is so important to make time for your friends. Making time for your friends in every season is so crucial to your mental well-being and personal development. There are times where you may want to think that, oh, I don't need anyone. Friends are not good for me. I don't have any friends. That is a very negative mindset that needs to be broken. No matter who you are, we need people. We need the right friends to help us on our journey. And as we're getting older, especially when we are in our 30s, it becomes quite difficult to open up and make new friends because we're so used to focusing on the people that we have in our circle. We're so used to the people that we have around us that opening up to new friends can be nerve-wracking. But there are times and moments where God will bring someone new into your life to help you on your journey. And you have to know where to categorize your friends as well, because there are seasons where your friends belong. If I look back over my life, I remember the moments where there were certain people that I thought they will be in my life up till now. And today, they're not around. I haven't heard from them in years. And I do wish them well in whatever they are doing. But to know that you can let go of certain friendships that are not good for your well-being is so important to your maturation. In life, we have to learn how to make decisions on who can I take with me to the next level and who am I going to leave behind in love. Because not everybody can go where you are going. Not everybody can understand the calling on your life. Not everybody can handle where you're going, because some people can't help you get there. There will probably be a distraction and a stumbling block to your progress if you are not careful. And this is why discernment is very important, and asking God for wisdom to know what friends you need around you. Wisdom is your best friend, because it will tell you what to do and what not to do, who to be around and who not to be around, who to invest in and who to refrain from. You have to be so confident in yourself that even if people do not reach out to you, it has nothing to do with who you are. When the timing is right, those friends will reach out to you, whether it's to share good news with you, whether it's to ask for prayers for a personal situation. You will know the right people because they will reach out. There are moments where you may be going through something and they find out what you're going through and they'll say, oh, why didn't you tell me? The response will be, why didn't you reach out to me? We haven't spoken in a while. And that's where understanding and maturity comes in. As mentioned before, we are all busy people. We all have so much to do in life. And even now as a married woman, I'm very intentional on ensuring that I'm checking up on my friends, not in a way that is impacting who I am. I still have time to differentiate between my husband and I and my friends. And this is a big one when it comes to marriage, because there have been scenarios where the moment you get married, your friends start to change because they think you're too busy for them. If that is the case, you need to analyze those kind of friends you have. Because good friends respect your boundaries with your husband or your wife. Good friends understand that you need time with your partner. But at the same time, good marriages know that they also have friends around them that they need to check up on once in a while. It may not necessarily be from time to time, but how's everything going? How's the family? How's your siblings? How's the children? Really find out how they're doing so that they know that you think about them. Not when it's your birthday, you only hear them once a year. And those kind of friendships personally are not friendships if you only hear from someone once a year for your birthday. The whole 365/366 days in a year, you can't tell me that effort has not been made on both ends. Friendships are so precious. We should never take them for granted. Even Jesus himself, he chose the people that he wanted closer to him. Even though he had 12 disciples, he had a fewer intimate friends that he considered as close besties. And that is very important to where you are going. And you will know you're going further in life by the company you keep. It says that bad company corrupts good manners or good morals. Therefore, you need to know the people that are helping you to grow. If you have friends in your life that aren't speaking positively, not necessarily to you, but they're always negative, they don't think anything good will happen, you need to refrain. If people are only talking about what's going on in their lives and they're not giving you an opportunity to even ask how you're doing, you need to also refrain. There has to be balance. You also as well need to check your heart and ask yourself, am I being a good friend? And what can I do to be better if I'm not? Are you making time for people? If you're making time for people and they're not making time for you, set healthy boundaries. Sometimes people will realize it and figure it out later. But as for you, stay true to yourself and honor the friendships that are honoring you. Feed the friendships that are feeding you. And above all, don't force it. You may have been close in one season, but if it is not working in another season, let it go and let it be. Opening a door that is closed is dangerous for you, and it's not worth it in the end. You will look back and say, why was I struggling to maintain this friendship? Or why was I struggling to maintain this relationship if God deliberately closed it for my good? If you don't make the decisions at the starting point of knowing who to cut off, you will carry that mindset to your new environment and people will start taking advantage of you. And I did a video a few years back ago, why people take advantage of you. And I'm going to link it in the description bar below. Ask yourself, do you want to be taken advantage of in this season? You don't. I am more wiser and my friendship circle is intimate. Friendships is not based on the number of people that I have. It's the quality of investment and time that they give me and I give them. It's the words of encouragement that they're able to pour into me and I into them. It's a spiritual growth and development that I know that we can share with one another when we read the Bible, when we pray together, when we speak words of encouragement to one another, when we share our successes freely. We are so confident that who we are sharing our good news with will celebrate us all the way through. That is good friendships. That is good sisterships and brotherhoods. We need them. But I want to encourage you that if you think you need so many people to be your friend, you have to think again. Because all the people that you want to be your friend, you have a big responsibility to look after them. And you also have a big responsibility to look after yourself. So when it comes to these opportunities, when people come your way, you get to know them. You find out who they are. They find out who you are. If the friendship flows very well, continue keeping that momentum going. Remember, it is a two-way relationship. Not, I'm going to let her chase me, I'm going to let him chase me, I'm going to sit back and not do anything. You also need to make the effort. However, if you have made an effort with people and they're not doing the same back to you, that's fine. You can set healthy boundaries and guard your heart. Because out of it flows everything that you do. And I'm a strong advocate in guarding the heart, guarding your emotions, your mind, your feelings. If you don't do this, you will allow anything and anyone to come into your life and just dump all that they are going through on you without realizing that, hey, I've got boundaries here. Even to the extent of knowing when to respond to messages is a big one. Because you may not always be around. Anything could happen. Emergencies happen. Opportunities to work happens. Life changes. But ultimately, we want to encourage a mindset of healthiness, healthy perceptions of people. We don't want to assume that because someone is quiet, they're not a good friend. There are moments where you may be posting photos and videos with other people online, and some people might be offended by that. They might say, oh, how about me? But have you reached out to the person? How do you know they haven't planned in advance? We don't ever want to accuse people of why they spend time with others. We don't know the ins and outs of a relationship or a friendship. That's why friendships take time to blossom. And in order for friendships to blossom, you need to work on yourself. You need to make the time to know the areas in your life that may be triggering you from being a good friend to others. You might be an individual that sees the success in a friend, and it's not that you're not happy for them, but deep down in your heart, you're asking, when is it going to be my turn? And therefore, it prevents you from celebrating the person properly. And those people can sense that. As mentioned before in my previous video about comparison, you can't deceive someone when they can sense your aura. When you are not happy with someone, don't pretend. Because you're not deceiving the person, you're deceiving yourself. Having that mindset will require you to look deep down within yourself and ask, why am I thinking this way? And what you can do to better yourself is to speak. One of the great ways to sustain friendship is communication. Communication is one of the biggest contributing factors to a successful friendship. Whether that means you're coming offline, you're taking time away from work, you can let someone know. At times, people just want to move away just like that. There's no, I'm coming off social media. But as long as you can reach out to the person and see how they are, they won't even know that you're off. As I mentioned this before, learn how to let some people go in love, not disrespectfully. You can't be feeling harbor or nervousness or negativity in your heart and the fear of, if this person leaves my life, how can I cope? Never give someone so much power in your life that you can't cope or you think you cannot cope. You don't need people that will be reminding you of what you did in the past. You don't need people to be reminding you of what you didn't do for them or bringing up things that you have forgotten. You need the right people that will invest in you and invest in who you are becoming. You have to be so honest with yourself that every invitation from a friend does not need to be accepted. You have to realize that if you accept every friendship, every relationship, every invitation, you are responsible for feeding it. And that is a lot of work, especially when you have bigger responsibilities. So please do yourself a favor and know your categories when it comes to your friendships. Don't place a confidant in an enemy state. True friendships can be painful because you love the person enough not to tell them the wrong thing. I remember a time I told a very dear friend of mine, I said, my dear, know your worth. Remember, you've got family that love you and want to see you excel. Do the right thing. And I know she knows what I'm talking about. And I tell you, that moment, my spirit felt so free, and so did hers, because we knew what we were talking about. You know, there are some friends that can see where you're going, even when that person can't see it at that set moment in time. And those are the friends that you need to keep, because God will keep impressing in your heart to talk to that person, to talk to that friend and remind them of who they are. And those are the friendships that you need. You need friendships that can uplift you and build you up from within. Not those that are there for you on the outward appearance because you've got an opportunity now, you look great, you want to take a photo, and then they're gone. Because there are people like that. They will come into your photos and they are gone. But they won't stay because they were not meant to. So you need to know the people in your life that are meant to stay and those that are meant to go. And above all, build on the relationships that are feeding you. The ones that are needing you and draining you, set boundaries as soon as possible. And don't feel bad. Protect your space, protect your life. So I hope this video has helped you in any way to build your friendships, but also to learn how to be a good friend by working on yourself first. And if you would like to get my book, It's Time to Heal, to get a deeper insight into friendships, please do visit the website on authenticworth.com/books for signed copies. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to link other videos that are related to this topic in the description bar below for you to watch in your own time. What considerations have you had in your relationships thus far? Do you feel like some of your relationships and friendships have changed? And if that is the case, why? And what implementations have you put in step to sustain the relationships that are feeding you? And what are you going to do to put boundaries on the relationships that need you? List them down below. It'll be great to hear from you. Until next time, we'll see you in the upcoming video. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.